Research shows that more than 70% of the startups fail, and among the remaining, only a few goes really big. And when we try to explain that, we say that, oh, they are the lucky ones. They might be lucky, or they have the best team, or they have the right conditions, whatever. But hypothesis-driven entrepreneurship and a lean startup methodology talks to you about a systematic approach about how to build and grow your startup, your new company. And the claim here, what I claim here is by learning this methodology, you can increase your chances of success. I'd like to give the example of Butigo from Turkey. Butigo is a fashion startup. They sell women's shoes. Actually, it's a new shoe and bag brand for women, and which produce fashionable and trendy designs. They have their own production. They sell at affordable prices. They operate online. They offer style advice from celebrities, and they offer a subscription service for the members. Actually, they were impressed by the shoedazzle.com. And Shoedazzle, the original service Shoedazzle actually is endorsed by the Kim Kardashian, the popular celebrity. And they offer a subscription service for getting shoes every month. Let's look at the team. Harun, the CEO of the company, he is experienced in direct response marketing and affiliate marketing. He is a really smart guy with lots of marketing knowledge. Gizem is his high school friend, and Gizem is a highly educated woman. She studied at Chicago Business School and then worked at New York, and she was working in jewelry design, residing in New York. And also Berk, the third founder, he was setting up the operations and the supply chain. So Harun came up with the idea, and when Gizem was on vacation to Turkey, with his passion, he talked about the idea. Hey, we need to do this, and you need to work with me. And Gizem was so impressed with the idea, and she didn't even go back to US to pack his stuff. She stayed in Turkey, and in early 2001, they started negotiating with the manufacturers to start a new shoe company, new fashion company. And then also they started developing the website. And in March 2011, while still the development of the website was going on, they said, why not design a Facebook page so we will have some pre-customers, pre-orders, or at least some people who will just like us, maybe at the end or later when we open the website, we can reach them again, so we will have some exposure already. Actually, which is really in line with the Lean Startup methodology, although they weren't aware of that at that time. So they opened a Facebook page, and in the Facebook page, they offered a 1 year's worth of women's shoes as an incentive. Actually, they were aiming to have just 10,000 likes in 3 months. They said, okay, let's open, and if we reach 10,000 shoes, then that would be really nice. But instead, they have reached 257,000 sign-ups in just 10 days. Wow. So they said, oh my God, this business is gonna go really well. So what should we do now? So they were so excited. And then not only them, but also some manufacturers. Until then, manufacturers were actually just reluctant to produce for them. And they started to line up, okay, we would like to produce with you, so you have so much people in your Facebook. And also, some investors even offered some money, to put some money. And it was like crazy. When they put a picture on Facebook, they got like 500, 600 likes for a shoe photo immediately. And they were so excited by this huge opportunity, and then they were worried about the missed sales. So what did they do? they had a working capital of 100,000 liras. And in addition to that, they went to the bank and they got a bank loan of 100,000 liras. So in total, they had 200,000 Turkish liras. And they invested all money to purchase 4,000 pair of shoes. Okay, so what would you do if you were in their situation? So they were so excited. So they were probably thinking like, okay, we have 250,000 likes on Facebook. Even 1% buys our shoes. So it's like 2,500 people who will buy the shoes. So it will be a huge demand. And the day came, and the launch day came in June 2011. So they were so excited. So they stocked all the shoes. And at the end of first week, not the day, at the end of first week, they could sell just one bag, not even a shoe. And the bag was purchased by the wife of the vendor, the manufacturer. So they didn't have any real customer at the end of first week. And at the end of first month, they could only sell a total of 46 items out of 4,000 stock they have. Wow. So they lived the crash. All their capital was tied up in the inventory, and their remaining funds were allowing them to survive just like 45 days. And now they were thinking about what to do. So they could persevere, continuing what they are doing at the moment, and they were considering to sell their cars to gain an additional 2 to 3 months of bread. So that was one option. They were saying, okay, they will buy at the end. They will buy anyway. We are sure. So they were thinking about it at the time. But they were also crashed. Another alternative was perish. Okay, now we need to admit that we failed. And we should abandon the startup. So, okay, we anyway lost it. So let's leave it with the minimum loss without losing anymore. Or another option was to pivot. Okay, maybe we can modify the business idea and maybe we can make it work. So these were the options. At that time, actually, they were somehow lucky. While they were thinking about it, one of the previous investors they had contacted, but then they didn't continue the relationship. They got a call in mid-July 2011. It was from the Galata Business Angels, one of the leading angel investor platforms in Turkey. Nevzat Aydın, who is the founder of one of the famous startups called Yemek Sepeti in Turkey. He gave a call to the team and he invited the team to pitch about their idea. And after their pitch, actually, the team, Harun, Gizem and Berk, they are really great guys in pitching their ideas. So they know the business really well. They know what they are talking. So they created some trust in their pitch. And from the VC company, 212 Capital Partners, one of the partners of the company, Numan, called the team. And okay, he showed some interest. And they started to talk. And during that time, Harun actually was thinking about, okay, what went wrong? Why did it happen? Where did we do wrong? And then he retraced the events backwards. Okay, what could have been done doing instead? And then, okay, of course, as a rational man, he understood that they made a huge mistake on investing so much on the inventory. And he realized that it could have been tested in smaller batches. Or he was thinking about, okay, what could we have been doing instead? And through this realization, Harun came across with the book, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And then it was his eureka moment. And at this stage, he wrote this manifesto. We started forming hypotheses to test and only focused on those that proved to raise our sales and conversions. We did not build them further if the hypothesis testing failed. Armed with this knowledge, we did many tests regarding Butigo's key assumptions and value hypothesis, and localized the idea to Turkey as opposed to just carbon copying an idea from the US. So that was his realization after discovering the lean startup idea. And one of the tests after this realization was the endorser. Actually, as I said earlier, the original idea was working with Kim Kardashian. So in Turkey, they said, okay, in order to be successful, we need to work with a celebrity. But which celebrity? And at the end, they came up with Ivana Sert, but she was not the only candidate. Among the many celebrities in Turkey, Ajda Pekkan, Hadise, Hande Yener, Çağla Şikel, Deniz Akkaya, among many women celebrities in Turkey, in order to test the celebrity endorser, they created a made-up brand and they created a bogus website, a fake website, which is fully functional until the final purchase page. And through this page, they created the page with several versions. One version of the page was with Ivana Sert, another one with another celebrity, another one with another celebrity. So each time the visitor enters the website, she shows a different version of the website. So one of them just saw with one endorser, another with another endorser. So through several versions of the web page with different celebrities and headlines, they could test which one attracts more visitors and which one attracts more conversion from visiting to purchasing. So they used A/B testing and also multivariate testing for the conversion funnel metrics. So at the end, Ivana Sert was 3 to 4 times more successful than the next candidate in the endorsers. So compare this type of testing with the testing that is given on the table by talking to each other. So now you have the market data, which is more reliable. And again, Harun said about this, one key success driver of this test was that our whole team worked very hard on this project together, and the website was up with the card and all the designs in less than 2 days. We had cross-functional teams doing fast, small batch work. So, as to remind in this case, Ivana Sert has beaten others by at least 3 times on the cost per click and 1.5 times in the purchasing funnel. So, also they did other testing as well. As Harun says, whenever we have a discussion on a feature or a campaign and we can't come to an agreement, we say, okay, let's test it. What's the MVP? And while developing the product, they also implemented and employed some online productivity tools such as Yammer. And also they use small batch management and also MVP tests, which allow to test in 1 to 2 days instead of weeks. Instead of spending weeks, they could see the results in just a very short time. So the success came on the road while they were developing and testing the hypothesis and building and shaping the product. In January 2012, after the crisis of the mid-July, they could get investment from 212 Capital Partners. Actually, 212 was a new fund at that time, and Butigo was their initial investment. In June 2012, they could achieve revenue over 200,000 Turkish liras per month. And in December 2012, they were selected by Endeavor Global as one of the best startups globally, which is going fast and well. So in order to test the further hypothesis, they developed further MVPs. One of them was a subscription test. So in the original model, as I said, people subscribe to the website and they get women. But in Turkey, the A/B tests actually showed that the subscription model does not work in Turkey. So they localized the idea. And it came actually when they were talking with the banks about this subscription business, because the banks asked for 10,000 liras upfront cost for such a subscription service. They said, okay, instead of paying this money, why not test it? And at the end, they said, okay, we don't need that. And the pricing test, the pricing of the shoes, they created 5 different cohorts in pricing. So based on the preference and selection, they decided on the price of the shoe. And they implemented paying in installments, and they developed MVPs in the shopping cart funnel as well, in the marketing funnel, in the purchasing funnel. And they found unexpected results unique to Turkey while developing and testing those hypotheses in this marketing funnel. And product tests, before producing the products, they also developed some tests as well. I mean, instead of investing money on the inventory and trying to sell the shoes, after they have the design, after they have the prototype, they showcase the product even before they are produced, so they could prevent a product that nobody wants. And also they started back ordering, which means that before having the product, you can ask people to back order the product, so they can order and they know that it will be made to order, it will be produced later. So with this pricing, product and communication schemes, so they could able to localize the product to Turkey, the idea to Turkey. One further comment about this test is about the product features. They also found out that when they asked people what kind of shoe they want, the women responded that they want comfortable shoes then with lower heels. That was the response. But at the end, when they performed the product tests, with the smoke tests, even before even the products, they saw that nobody buys comfortable shoes and the low heels. Women want high heel shoes. So this is the difference between the stated preferences and the revealed preferences. So you need to be careful about it. So you need to always have the survey data, research, and also you need to have the observation, the real data. They complement each other. And finally, as the final words about the product, about Butigo, their revenue in August 2011 after launch was 45,000 lira a month, and revenue in March 2013 was around 350,000 lira. So they were growing really well, and which says that customer lifetime value is 2 to 3 times more than the customer acquisition cost, according to the company, according to the founders. So this is also an ideal point for an e-commerce company. We can say that, so it's a metric, it's not a real thing which says that if we achieve product market fit, I mean, it's not an easy topic. So to understand whether we have product market fit, you can think about it, okay, customer lifetime value is 3 times the acquisition cost. So we can say we have product market fit. And now the next challenge for Butigo, when we wrote this case in 2013, March 2013, was scaling.